What's going on, everyone? I'm Mackenzie Engram, and welcome to Wonderfully Broken. Y'all, we are back, and I am so excited. For those that are new here, you're probably like, what are you talking about? You're back. What's going on here? So basically, I used to have a podcast called Everything in Between, and I started that podcast back in 2021, carried it all the way into 2023, and I felt the Lord calling me out of it. I kind of began to have the wrong motives. I was doing it for a lot of self gain. And the Lord just began convicting me of like, hey, you're not doing this for the right reasons, which is my name and my name only. So let's step away from this. So I stepped away, truly not knowing if the Lord was going to bring me back. I know the calling the Lord has on my life, but I didn't know if he was going to allow me back into this space. And I kind of thought that he would, but didn't know when. And it's just something like I didn't know until I knew, which would basically be like until I'm filming another podcast. And we are here today, and I'm so excited. To change the name. So my old podcast, I think I said, was called Everything in Between. And I had no intentions of changing the name. The only thing I knew I wanted to do different was change the photo because it was a little outdated. So I came down here in the basement that I'm in, that I'm filming in, and started taking photos for my new little podcast picture. And I'm just down here and I'm like, okay, like, should I rebrand? Should I do something different? I'm doing a new photo, want to go for a new vibe. And I immediately heard Wonderfully Broken. Wonderfully Broken, what is that? Where did that come from? What is the significance? What does it mean to me? Basically, back in 2020, it was the darkest year of my life, as I'm sure it was the darkest year for many of us. The pandemic had just hit. Racial injustice was a huge thing during this time. People were getting adjusted to this new norm, working from home, being at home, kids out, like everybody was, I think, just struggling with life. And I was really, really struggling. For those that don't know, I played basketball overseas. So I had just gone back from overseas and I was trying to figure out who Mackenzie was without a basketball. I had just ended things with someone that I thought was going to be my forever. So now I'm trying to figure out who Mackenzie is without a boy. And I had moved back home. I had no job. I had no idea who I was without basketball and without boys. And I was just in the thick of it. I was in such a dark place. And I remember in that time, the only thing that I could cling on to was the Lord. Like, I had nothing else to hold me up. I had no hope in anything else. And I just remember praying to the Lord, crying my eyes out, saying, Lord, I am so broken right now. And immediately feeling comforted with, yes, my daughter, you are, but it is wonderful. And it even went so far to, and I feel okay saying this, I'm praying that the Lord protect this. I remember starting to kind of make my way out of that season and the Lord telling me, you're going to write a book and the title of the book will be Wonderfully Broken. And so that's basically where this title comes from. And my desire and my hopes for this podcast is to give people hope, to give people comfort in knowing that you are not alone in the struggles of this world. Because let's be honest, life is hard. Walking with Jesus is hard. And I want to talk about it. I want to have good conversations and light and fun conversations. I want to have the bad conversations, the hard ones, the heavy ones, the messy ones. I want to be vulnerable. I want to speak nothing but the truth, which will be based on and only on God's word. I want to have my friends and my family on. I want to have my mentors on. I truly am trusting the Lord to lead this because I really don't know what this is going to look like, y'all, if we're being honest. But I know that the Lord has called me here and I'm so excited. I think in life, we can often a lot of times feel alone or feel like we're the only ones going through that specific struggle. Like, I want this to just be a place where I am a sister, where I am a friend, where I am someone pouring out to you, but also allowing you all to pour into me, and just being truthful with my life and my struggles, because also I still do not have this life figured out. I still am struggling and walking through certain things with the Lord. And I want to do it together. I want to do it with you. I want to do it with the Lord. Like I say all the time, life can be such a beautiful mess. And I want to talk about it and just give each other hope. I want to move as the Lord allows me to move. I want to bring encouragement. I want to bring conviction. I want to talk about the things that aren't normally talked about, and just bring a new light to this life, because life is too short to live in the dark, but also understanding that the dark is a real place and that a lot of people visit, but just encourage you that it's just a visit. And that even when you're in the darkness, even when you're in the struggle, even when you're on the mountaintop, like it is all so wonderful when you do it with the Lord. I truly don't know how people do it without him. So I'm excited. I'm so happy you're here, whether you are coming over from everything in between or you are new here. We are one big family. My mission is to always be real, raw, and honest and speak nothing but the truth. I'm so excited. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday, April 10th, for the first episode of Wonderfully Broken. Bye. Oh, also, I'm back on video. So if you want something to watch during your day, head over to Wonderfully Broken YouTube and check me out there. Okay, bye.